Welcome to the party, pal. You're for the neighborhood Master Chaos. Back with you once again. I have, of course, my very delicious a honey oat milk latte here, as most badasses drink. And I've got my roundtable for this inaugural episode of Hollyweird. We've got David's Horror with us, and Corey, also known as Need Gore, with me today, and we're going to be chatting Hollywood news, breaking Hollywood news, and I'd love to get their opinion and yours as well in the comments down below. So make sure you hop on and let us know. Interweb Kaiju is joining us. Hey, it's good to hear from you, Casey.
Hey, Casey.
All right. So first of all, let me hear from you guys. David, how are you today, sir?
Doing well.
Yeah,
glad the weekend's finally here. It's been a long work week. Just looking forward to some R&R.
Absolutely. Is that the Terrifier behind you?
It is. It is Art the Clown.
Wow.
And there's also Sam.
Nice. Where did you get an Art the Clown prop? Did you make that, or?
It's a mannequin with the Tots mask and costume on it.
Copy that. Okay. Corey, how are you doing, sir?
Oh, I'm shitty, but I'll be all right.
Oh, yeah. No.
Yeah, we got 2 days of like you said, R&R. So we're gonna be taking advantage of that to the fullest extent.
That's awesome. Well, I'm honored to have you guys here, and I guess without further ado, let's get to the story. Let us jump into the first story, and which you guys don't know what it is, so it'll be a shock for everybody. Not a shock, but we're going to be talking about, and I'd love to chime in on the chats as well. Here we go, and first story, I should say. No Time to Die. I don't know if you guys are Bond fans. I'm a huge Bond fan. No Time to Die has been pushed again. According to the Deadline article here, MGM was moving 007's No Time to Die to the fall away from the Easter weekend. But right now, it looks like it's going to be moved to October 8th. And that is way far away. So Sony recently moved its Marvel movie Morbius to October 8th, but after Bond arrived, the Culver City Studios movie was pushed to January of 2022. So now we have to wait way longer than we've expected to wait for No Time to Die. David, let me hear your thoughts. Do you care, or are you pissed, or at this point, should they just do a PVOD?
I'm not surprised. I was looking forward to it this past November. Then it got pushed again to, I think, was it April? It said in the article originally.
Yeah.
I was hoping it wouldn't get pushed to October because October's already chock full of movies coming out. You got Halloween Kills coming out and some other big movies that are supposed to. So I wasn't surprised that it wasn't October, but January. I mean, come on. Yeah, no,
it's opening. It's opening October 8th. So January is Morbius.
Morbius, okay.
Yeah, but
that was one of the movies that was going to be in competition with Halloween Kills. All right, so Morbius is in January, okay.
Yeah,
but still, I mean, October is you got Halloween Kills, the No Time to Die. There was a couple more I think that were coming out that same month. I'm drawing a blank on what they were, but. I understand that why they're doing this, because this is a big blockbuster film and they want to get their money from the theater viewers. But I mean, Wonder Woman had some success with HBO Max and streaming on TV and stuff. So I mean, I don't know why there's a big need to have to wait to do that.
Why not both? Right?
I'm sorry.
I said, why not both? Why not just give us both a HBO Max release and then a few months later drop it in theaters? Because people are going to wait. The people that really want to see it in theaters are going to wait. And even if they watch it on demand, they're still going to go out to theaters to get the, because it's a totally different experience. Nobody here has, a giant theater of their own to just watch these movies. And especially a movie like No Time to Die, like, you're going to want to see that in the theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Do you guys like Daniel Craig as Bond? I guess that's a good follow-up.
He's my favorite one so far.
Really?
Yeah, I know Sean Connery is the be all end all, but I've really enjoyed Daniel Craig as Bond.
Corey?
It doesn't seem as gimmicky to me, his movies, with all the gadgets and stuff. It just seems like it's an action movie, almost like a Bourne type movie, and I enjoy those.
Okay.
I feel that. Just because, like you said, it doesn't feel as gimmicky as it did back in the day. I've never been a huge Bond fan.
Okay.
There are a good number of Bond films that I've yet to see, but the Daniel Craig ones always intrigue me because, like you said, it's David, right? You have David in your name. Yeah, David.
Yeah.
David's horror. I'm used to you being DT. You know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Daniel Craig movies feel like Bourne movies at this point, but there's a certain flair that comes with it being a 007 movie that has always made Daniel Craig movies or Daniel Craig 007 movies stand out to me. So, look at the guy. He's actually pretty funny too. So yeah, he's grown on me for sure. And as far as it being pushed to October, honestly, this year is like a dream come true for movie releases. So I'm not too upset about it. It is kind of annoying that Morbius got pushed till 2022. I think that's kind of bogus. But I mean,
in January historically is not a very good month to do releases, right?
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah. Especially for a movie like Morbius. I don't even know anything about it. I had to research what it was about, and I was like, man, this sounds like something I'm gonna love. And I pulled up a release schedule, so I actually knew No Time to Die got pushed. I wanted to do a little prepping earlier, but I have this window open. I was just looking at it, and it's like October is such a stack. I mean, it's not really stacked, but man, you got some really good movies, especially like Antlers is coming out in October. Dune is coming out. No Time to Die next week. Halloween Kills next week. Last Night in Soho next week. Like, come on, dude. You could have fit in Morbius in the first week of October. Like, come on.
Everything.
The first week, it's like Addams Family 2, or I don't know.
Already?
Yeah, already.
Wow, well, that's fast. They're pushing everything to the end of the year, which is kind of nuts, man. But here's the thing: if movie theaters open up later, and it's no longer January will be dead. If movie theaters are open in January and you can go, January is going to be the ultimate month. I mean, Scream 5 opens up in January. So, I think if theaters are good to go and everybody's healthy and nothing to worry about, there's no longer going to be a dead month at the movies, at least for a while. So we'll see. But that's the first story we've got. Bond, we'll have to wait a little bit longer. Here's the thing. I'm an old school Bond fan. I love Bond, but my favorite Bond is Timothy Dalton. And I know he's the one that everyone says, oh, Timothy Dalton. But, man, he was Daniel Craig before there was a Daniel Craig. His movies are hard-boiled and fantastic, and he does have the gadgets and stuff, but they feel I don't know, authentic. They feel like it belongs. But, yes, since you guys are Craig fans, I'm going to give you one more little smirk.
Oh, thanks so much.
I grew up. I grew up with Roger Moore as James Bond.
Oh yeah,
and he would just seems like like a granddad James Bond. I mean, then you had Timothy Dalton, and then you had Pierce Brosnan, and Pierce Brosnan was pretty cool, but Daniel Craig, he's ticks all the right boxes for me.
Gotcha. Okay, next story is, you guys aren't going to believe, actually, you know what? Let me go over the comments real quick. How do I do this? Hold on one second, folks. Javier is saying, hopefully in this or any other Bond movie, the Bond girl won't be a blow-up doll. Yuri might like it. Oh, yes. I don't know if you guys saw the video I put out. There's a bodybuilder from Kazakhstan who married his blow-up doll. And then like a month later, there was a new story came out where he cheated on her with like a cheese grater or something. It's the strangest.
That is despicable. How dare he?
A bastard.
You can't trust anyone nowadays.
You can't. You can't be faithful even with inanimate objects. Interweb Kaiju says, do we know where in the Bond timeline this one takes place? Here's the thing. Another reason I'm not so keen on Craig is because he fucked up the timeline.
Oh yeah.
He messed it up because so now we saw his prequel how he became a 00, and then Emma's a woman, but now Emma's a man again. Wait, what's happening now? It's very strange. It's hard to tell when this takes place, and if the rumors are true, I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors about what happens in No Time to Die. If the rumors are true, this movie will kill the franchise, and I really hope it's not true.
No way. How do you know that? Come on,
well, because I've been reading all the spoilers of people coming out of preview screenings and things like that. I'll say
so it kills the franchise, as in
killing
like
him.
It's gonna have to get rebooted in order for it to like survive.
Yeah,
a new 00.
Essentially, what they're doing is what the original intention was. I forget her name, but the actress who she was in. She was in Captain Marvel, the black girl who's now like the new 007. So she's in 007. And what they were going to do is he's no longer 007. He's just James Bond. She's 007. And at the end of the movie, it's going to be revealed that he has a daughter. And so he's going to train the daughter to be the next secret agent or some shit. James Bond can't have kids. That you ruin the franchise if you make him a dad.
Okay. I thought you meant like.
I mean, he can have plenty of illegitimate kids. I mean, as many women as he's hooked up with.
There's got to be some floating around. Not all of them get trained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's called No Time to Die, though, dog. There's no time to end the franchise. It's not time. It's in the title.
I'm with you. I really hope they don't do that, but
it's Billie Eilish's fault, dude.
I like that song.
She's the next Bond.
Everybody's gonna blame her. It's that damn song.
It's a good song, though. I like it.
I like that song.
I like the song too. I'm just, what people are gonna say. Go ahead.
Okay, next story. This might come as a shock, but it sounds good to me. Hopefully, it won't be a disaster. But this has just been announced. Young Guns 3 is in the works.
Get out of here.
Young Guns 3 is settling up with the original stars Emilio Estevez, Kiefer Sutherland, and others. That's according to John Fusco, who wrote the first two movies. Fusco tweeted the news on January 15th. Here he says, I guess he released a poster on Twitter, but it doesn't include it here in the article. Going about further in the details, he says, accompanied by the tagline, "Some legends never die," the image heralds, in Fusco's words, the continuation of the Billy the Kid saga. He adds, "And you're going to love where it goes." As for where that is, the commentators are naturally assuming the action will pick up during Henry McCarty's later years. Of course, we know Billy the Kid, I guess that's his real name, or that's the name he went under. And famously, Young Guns 2 ended with that sort of mysterious ending where we saw like an old Billy the Kid, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. And it wasn't sure whether he was killed off or not. But, okay, Corey, let's hear from you first. What do you think about Young Guns 3?
First off, Javier just said, is it going to be called Old Guns? Or maybe all the roles will be played by Lou Diamond Phillips? It's pretty funny. Bruh. Okay. I mean, whatever. I don't. What do they want? Like, I mean, it's not. I mean, it's good because I don't think we definitely have enough Western movies, right? We can agree. Like, there's enough Western movies out there where it's comfortable. We can say, okay, we can stop rehashing. But of all the Western movies to sit here and give a third sequel to, I guess this is the one. But I would have much rather Emilio comes back as have you seen like the original Django where he has the Gatling gun and stuff?
Oh yeah. If
they remade that with like Emilio Estevez, I would have much rather enjoyed like a remake of a Western or something like that. This is cheese. This is just, I haven't seen it yet, but I can already tell it's going to be cheese. It's going to be entertaining. And I mean, yeah, like I said, I don't know. What am I supposed to think?
Well, I guess that's good. That's good input. David, what do you think?
I'm a big Young Guns fan. I love both those movies. I'm kind of excited about this.
Awesome.
I'm wondering though, because some of these characters were killed off in the last movie. So I mean, how are they going to bring them back? I mean,
flashbacks? I don't know. I mean, you can do anything nowadays.
But if it's going to be set in the future when Emilio or William H. Bonney or whatever he goes by is older, I mean, how are they going to bring some of those characters back? Maybe flashbacks?
Ghosts?
Yeah, I guess.
Cowboy ghosts? I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to do that de-aging technology, and it's going to look all...
It's going to,
yeah. Personally, I'm a big fan of the franchise. I hope they do it well. I'll be honest, I'm worried. I was not a fan of Bill and Ted 3. I thought that was garbage. Ooh. So I don't know if they go in that direction. I'm scared because
I haven't seen it.
I haven't either.
It's not good. It's all like, basically what Part 3 of Bill and Ted does is it rewrites Part 1 and Part 2. It sucks.
All right, so yeah.
So I hope they don't do that with this. I hope they tell a good cowboy movie and it has the same spirit, the same fun. But yeah, you're right. Half of them are dead. I don't know. I guess
you could call them. You could make them zombies. Javier, dude, you're on it tonight. Jesus,
he's good with
the words out of our mouths,
dude. I don't know. I mean, Young Guns to me is not a Young Guns movie without Emilio, Lou Diamond, and Kiefer Sutherland. So
that's 100% fact.
And if you can't bring back all those characters, I'm just like, why even waste your time?
Absolutely. I guess it remains to be seen. I don't think it has a date. I think they're just writing it now, and everybody's like, so look, Lou Diamond's involved. He says he's involved.
He tweeted
and
it.
I'm Kiefer doesn't do anything. I mean, so I think I don't know when it's coming out, but it's in the works. And fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. I guess we'll be covering it more when we get more information. But
all the ladies are gonna flock to see Lou Diamond. So you need Lou Diamond in order to sell this movie. I don't care, but you need Lou Diamond, or else it's not
Emilio has been pretty much dormant for like the last 10 15 years. I mean,
you
never hear about him doing anything.
Mighty Ducks 4. You're right, Javier.
Yeah, Mighty Ducks 4. Yeah, Mighty Ducks 4 is happening. So I don't know.
Emilio's trying to come back, and that's kind of dope because he's so low key about it. I don't even see articles about the guy doing anything. I just assumed he disappeared. He poof into dust. He didn't dive. He just ascended.
I think he produces a lot now, but I don't know anything that he's produced, to be honest. But
legend, dude. He's awesome.
Yeah. Good stuff. Well, Young Guns 3. Let's keep our eye out for that one. I don't know if if it's coming anytime soon, but it is on the horizon. You know what? I keep forgetting to switch the banners. There's so many little clicky things to do here. Hide that. I'll give Young Guns a little bit of that since I didn't get it on time. But the next story, and now I'm curious about what you guys think about this, or what you feel about the franchise in general, and that is the news that Jurassic Park, or Jurassic World 3, is the final installment in the franchise, in the entire dinosaur franchise that we've, for the most part, all have grown up with, is ending with the next Jurassic World 3. This article reads, Jurassic World 3 Dominion director Colin Trevorrow has revealed that the final film of the franchise will conclude all 6 Jurassic movies and not just the sequel trilogy. So here we go. This one takes off after Jurassic World. What the hell is it called? Forbidden Kingdom, Forgotten Journey, whatever the hell it was. The Home Alone one. What was the last Jurassic World called?
It's just Jurassic.
Yeah.
No, it was
Forbidden Kingdom. Forbidden Kingdom.
Was it Forbidden Kingdom? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so this one takes place right after that. This was postponed, of course, due to COVID. And his full quote is, I'm going to put this up here so we can all read along. When you got to the end of the Jurassic Park trilogy, it may not have been as clear in what the complete story of those 3 movies was because they were a bit more episodic in the way that they were approached. But this trilogy is not that way. It is very much a serialized story. What was important for me was when you watch Dominion, you really feel like you are learning how much of a story that first set of movies was and how everything that happened in those movies actually informs what ultimately is able to happen in this. If kids who are born today are going to be presented with 6 Jurassic Park movies, you hope the parents will buy them the box set, and you hope that they're going to get to feel like they watched one long story. Personally, I love that. And I'm kind of bummed that Trevorrow was not allowed to make his Star Wars. But let's hear from the roundtable. David, what do you think?
I've enjoyed the last 2 movies from the Jurassic World universe. I like Chris Pratt's character and Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yeah.
I like the way the last movie ended, where the dinosaurs were kind of unleashed into the real world. So I'm kind of looking forward to seeing that. I'm not opposed to it. I think it's a good idea.
Okay. Corey, what do you think?
I also think it's a good idea, a wise decision to end the whole the whole franchise and everything and wrap it here. To be honest, I'm glad. At first, when it was announced that they were doing a Jurassic World and a continuation of the whole Jurassic Park thing, I wasn't a big fan of Jurassic Park 3. So when they came out with Jurassic World, I was very, very impressed. I have not seen Fallen Kingdom yet. I'm probably going to see it here soon, since we're even talking about it, because it's one of those that just like it's flown like under my radar this whole time, and I haven't bothered to even check it out. But to be completely honest, I think it's time for us to wrap this whole thing up. It doesn't mean we can't go back to dinosaurs. We only ever seem to see dinosaurs talked about when Jurassic World is brought up, like when they're coming out with a new Jurassic movie. So I think it's a safe time to wrap it here and make them extinct again. Let's kill it off properly. I'm glad they did Jurassic World though, because if they were to just end it after part 3, I would have been like, well, it kind of sucked. I wasn't a big fan of part 3, but they continued it, and that's what matters.
Yeah, I didn't hate part 3. I gave it a pass. There's things I like. I like that the guy has nightmares of raptors. There's a lot of.
I like that too.
Yeah,
it's not a bad movie, but it's not my favorite. And if they said, okay, we're done with no more Jurassic Park after part 3, I would have been like, man, y'all could have kept going.
Yeah,
and they did. So
absolutely. I love the first. I love the first Jurassic World. I thought that was a really great idea for a sequel. I didn't like Fallen Kingdom because it felt much like Home Alone to me.
Yeah, you did say something about Home Alone, so I'm gonna be looking out for that.
Yeah, I mean, it literally feels like Home Alone with dinosaurs, and I'm like, this concept is completely ridiculous. But I'm open to Dominion, and I'm glad that Trevorrow's approaching it as a franchise instead of just like a random entry. Because then, it feels like, we're watching an entire story being told. And I think that as a fan, I appreciate that. So many franchises are made, so like hodgepodge of stuff. Like, oh yeah, this sequel had this, that sequel had that. But the fact that he's trying to combine it all into one thing, I really appreciate that as a fan. I'm sad to see it go. But as Javier points out here in the chat, I don't think they're not making these movies. Maybe in 10 years they'll come back with another Jurassic Park, but this is such a hot commodity, such a big property that I doubt they're going to let it rest. But who knows? Who knows?
It's an interesting title, Dominion. You know what I mean? If you think about it, man, I mean, are we just like, I don't know. It's already called Jurassic World, but that's the name of the theme park, right? What is it called? Is it called Jurassic World?
Yeah.
All right. So what happens when it becomes Jurassic Planet and we have a whole new trilogy 5 or 10 years later?
Sure.
You never know.
You never know. Jurassic Planet. I bet you somebody just heard that go, shit, Jurassic Planet.
It makes sense. Dude, every day I drop a jewel and then it gets picked up by Hollywood. It sucks.
There you go. Maybe one day we'll be covering a story like, holy shit, Corey's producing the next Jurassic Park trilogy.
Yeah, don't private this video.
Javier, there's a title called Jurassic Park X Stinks. Maybe. Why not? They can call it that. You never know, man.
Jurassic World in space.
Yeah, why not?
Classic memes.
That is definitely a possibility. Here, let me get the next story teed up. But I like those movies for the most part. I have a good time with those.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so the next story revolves one of my favorite filmmakers. I hope you guys enjoy him as well. This is, of course, the man, the myth, the legend, Mr.
Oh boy.
Del Toro's new film has just wrapped. It is called, let me get rid of this thing here. Nightmare Alley. Pan's Labyrinth and The Shape of Water director Guillermo del Toro has wrapped shooting on his adaptation of William Lindsay Gresham's Nightmare Alley. And it's going to be in theaters, this year. That's shocking. That's very rare to see. The psychological thriller follows an ambitious young carny, played by Bradley Cooper, with a talent for manipulating people. With a few well-chosen words, hooks up with a female psychiatrist, Kate Blanchett, who is even more dangerous than he is. Well, that seems very interesting. This seems like almost like a thriller. Looks like Rooney Mara is in it as well as David Strathairn. Great. Jim Beaver's in it. What a good cast. Mary Steenburgen. Wow, good cast. So it looks very different. It looks like we're talking psychological thriller. I do believe this is a remake. I believe Nightmare. Yeah, I see that old picture, so I do believe this is a remake. But it sounds amazing. Bradley Cooper playing a carny in a Del Toro movie. David, what do you think?
I'm not really up on the Del Toro movies. I've seen, The Mimic, Crimson Peak, Hellboy, Pan's Labyrinth, but I'm not as big of a Del Toro fan as some.
Okay. Does this sound like something you'd watch, though? Something with some sort of more serious tone?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Corey,
and the cast sounds great too. I mean, Mary Steenburgen and the others you mentioned. Yeah, definitely.
Amazing cast. Yeah. Corey, what do you think?
All right, bruh. Look, Guillermo del Toro is trying to win an Oscar again. Obviously, Antlers is coming out in October 29th. His movie Antlers is supposed to come out, which is like highly anticipated. And now this is coming out in December, and you've got Bradley Cooper and Kate Blanchett together on screen. Are you kidding me? This is gonna be. I don't know anything about it. It has to do with carnies, so it's gonna be trippy. This is gonna be an awesome ass movie. I hope it's awesome, and honestly I hope it's in black and white. And I'm literally just judging by this picture. If it's in black and white, I assume he's going to win the Oscar. I don't know.
That'd be great.
That's awesome news. And he's releasing 2 movies in 1 year. That's insane.
Yeah, Antlers he didn't direct; he just produced. But
he did.
Yeah, but it's got his stamp of approval for the most part. But this is the last movie he's made since. Since Crimson Peak, or
this is the one to look out for, man. That's crazy. Did not realize that's coming.
Yeah,
didn't he do Shape of Water also?
Oh yeah.
Was that after, or is that after Crimson Peak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crimson Peak was like the late '90s or something, or early 2000s.
Well, not late '90s. That was like fairly recent.
Yeah, it was like
mid,
2012 or some shit.
2015. Yeah.
But I like Del Toro. I'm a big fan. And funny enough, I didn't like Shape of Water, and that's the one he got an Oscar for. But
you didn't like that? Y'all didn't like that? It's a good movie.
I don't know, man. I just couldn't buy that woman would want to have sex with that thing. And, I'm like, no.
It's so weird, but it's undeniably good. Michael Shannon, dog. I mean, let's face it. If his character was written wrong, then I'd probably wouldn't give him the Oscar. It's weird, man. But to be honest, bro, I've only watched that movie one time, literally when it came out, and I was like, this is incredible. I can't believe you made it work, but you made it work somehow. So take your Oscar. And I'm gonna wait 5 years to watch it again. I might have to watch it again since he's coming out with this thing, because dog, it feels like whenever he teams up with like A-list actors like that, he ends up taking home. Well, I mean, it happened once, but I feel like he's gonna take something home for this, man. This is crazy.
I hope so. I mean, I hope it doesn't sound like it's very fantastical, but he might put some twist on it. I don't know. I guess it remains to be seen. Adam says the Fishman was a stud. I would go steady with him. Hey, that's awesome.
She flooded the bathroom just so she could bang him.
Oh my God.
That movie is ridiculous.
He was a cool character. I mean, but I just didn't care much for the whole premise.
And then, like, what blew my mind was like, okay, he made a movie about a lady fucking a fish, and he got an Oscar for it.
It did, bro. And he bragged. He was so hyped. He was like, "Yeah, I knew this was the one. This was the one that was going to convince the critics. I'm here to stay."
And I don't know about you guys, but anytime something's up for an Oscar, it's typically one that I don't really like at all.
Really?
I don't know why. Yeah, anything that's praised by the Sundance Film Festival is something also I try to avoid sometimes because it's just like.
Okay.
Let me ask you this because I don't know your opinions on it, man. Parasite. What'd you think about Parasite? Yeah, exactly.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, you have to.
Yeah, I think you like it because there are no fish fucking in that one. They avoid that like the plague, but it's actually really good. It's not good to where you're gonna want to watch it like a million times or something, but like I think like the way it hits you upon first view, you'll be like, this is okay.
Well, it's like the movie Hereditary. It got all kinds of praises.
Yeah.
It just doesn't do much for me at all.
I didn't like that one. I was not a fan of Hereditary, but Parasite, 100%. You have to watch. It's kind of a slow burn movie, but it's so well made. There's a reason that everybody who watches it likes it because it's a great filmmaking, great directing, great acting, and the way it develops, it's just like this unfolding tension. Holy shit! You have to watch it. Trust me.
Natural, but it's surreal at the same time.
Oh, fantastic!
Just to touch on Hereditary, I liked Hereditary. The first time I watched it, scared the shit out of me. But it's one of those first viewing things. If it hits you the first viewing, then you're gonna like, okay, I like it. But if it doesn't, then it's gonna be like, oh, it's just another horror movie. Yeah, and it definitely anybody that thinks they deserved an Oscar is smoking. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think the problem with a lot of movies nowadays is they don't feel very rewatchable, especially horror movies. You know, they just don't feel rewatchable. Like, okay, I saw it, I liked it, I have no interest in buying it on Blu-ray or whatever. That's why most of the shit that I do buy on my channel is the old movies because it's exactly. You know, I have more fun with that shit than I do getting something like Hereditary or Midsommar, which I didn't like at all.
You didn't like Midsommar at all? Not even a little?
No, because I know what they were doing. They're basically remaking Wicker Man, and I think Wicker Man is a better movie. Yeah,
that's true. I like Midsommar, but again, I liked it on the first viewing, and then I watched it again, and I was like, I like it slightly less. And I haven't watched it probably in, I don't know, a year, 8 months, maybe. I could have had a kid by now. Still would not be thinking about Midsommar.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it because I didn't care much for Hereditary. It was the same director. I just like,
yeah.
I think it's worth the experience. At least one good time.
So is Parasite the one that starts off in the apartment building where everyone starts getting sick?
Nah, bro, no. This one has nothing to do with like actual parasites or disease.
Because there was a Korean movie I watched where it starts off like in this apartment building, everyone starts getting sick and going kind of like crazy from this virus.
It's not a horror movie, really. It's
okay. It sounds like Wreck almost. I think it's
like class structure and stuff like that.
Okay, well, I'll put it on my watch list.
So good, so good.
That's where you like it. I know you'll like it.
In a website, he says he doesn't know why he hasn't seen Parasite because he likes most of the directors of the movies. Yes, man, what a good filmmaker! And Memories of Murder is coming out through Criterion too. Yes, so if you haven't seen that, that's a solid movie.
That's a must-own, dog. That is such a must. Dude, the Blu-ray for that has been like dumb high forever, and I'm just like, thank you, Criterion.
Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. Okay, let's switch over to our last story. Here, let me see here. Get my
banger for us.
Ducks in a row. This one, I'm curious what you guys think.
Yeah.
Because when I just discovered this just came out today, and I don't know how I feel about it. But let's discuss. It is Meet the new Slimer.
Bruh, get out. No.
No.
That's not finished. You can tell it's not finished. So I'm not going to jump to conclusion. Go ahead. I'm done. Hold on.
So, okay, so here's what we have. This is actually a, I believe this, if I'm not mistaken, I believe this is a some kind of like public event that they were holding, and then this is the first appearance of this character. So this is like a statue. This isn't what he looks like in the movie.
Okay.
But, meet Muncher. Ghostbusters fans who fondly remember the first film's iconic Slimer will be delighted to meet Ghostbusters Afterlife's soon-to-be memorable Spectre, Muncher. This is just a brief look. I guess he was on Master Chef show on TV, and they had a thing for Master. And okay, so while Muncher may be cute, Ivan Reitman said fans should also expect some genuine scares from this guy. The feeling that I've kind of held on to is that while it is very funny, it really scared me. So
okay,
it was really my first experience with a horror film. What kind of
get out of here?
This guy. So okay, Corey, what do you think of Muncher?
All right, okay, look, man. First off, did someone call that thing cute?
Probably.
How is that thing cute? It looks like,
it's like one of those boogers from those like sinus commercials.
Exactly. It looks like a booger. It looks
and it's
like
blue.
Just pestilence in like worm form. It looks gross.
He does.
It's like a cross between
like
Jabba the Hutt and Emperor Palpatine.
That's exactly what it looks like if you just like let it go. He just went down a really dark path. It's just, man, it's bad. I mean, that's a statue. So honestly, the likeness, I thought this was like, you know, how Sonic, everyone was tripping about how Sonic looked, and this was just like an early stage. This is a statue. So this is actually what it's going to look like. Like, I'm just tripped out. I don't even have any real opinions on it. Like, I mean, it's obviously objectively bad, but I mean, someone called this cute. In what world is that cute? In a world where it's like hot to be like just, I don't know. I don't even want to say what I'm thinking, but like that just is horrible.
It's like the Michelin Man got old.
Yeah. He caught a flat, and then he got liposuction, and then he got like more. I don't know. It just looks bad, man.
Yeah, it looks bad. It looks pretty bad.
You know, here we go. Casey chimes in. Looks like someone ripped the face off of the caterpillar from Bug's Life and stuck it on a spitball.
Yes.
Yeah. Javier
looks
said,
like an old like beanbag chair.
Looks like the next Baby Yoda Grogu. I don't know. Maybe. You never know. Here's the thing. I appreciate that they're trying to do something unique. I appreciate that they're not just bringing Slimer back, which I'm sure he'll appear somewhere. But I like that they're branching out and doing their own shit and making something Slimer-like that's unique. It remains to be seen what he looks like in the movie. It remains to be seen if he talks. Apparently, it scared the hell out of Ivan Reitman, according to that quote. So I don't know. I don't know what this thing does that's so scary. But I mean, I wouldn't want to wake up and see this in my bedroom. So you know, I suppose that's a scary element. Whether it works in the movie, who knows? Whether Afterlife is going to be a good sequel, who knows? I've got my fingers crossed. I was not a big fan of the Girls remake. I thought that was a pretty trash movie.
That was garbage.
What did you guys think of that remake, David?
I didn't hate it, but it wasn't one of my favorites in the Ghostbusters, you know, sagas or whatever. But
right.
Yeah, I mean, you saw Slimer in it. He didn't look exactly the same. And then you had the cameos from, you know, Dan Aykroyd. And there was a statue of
Harold
Ramis, yeah, and then Bill Murray, of course, and Winston had the appearance as well. But I'm really looking forward to this one because I'm a huge fan of the original Ghostbuster movies. But that's that's not doing anything for me.
Corey, what do you think of the Girls remake? If you saw it,
man, it was there were plenty of Easter eggs to, you know, make me smile, but it's so poorly written that I couldn't get behind the angle that they were trying to do, and it's just it didn't hit home for me at all. And so for us to be getting the original cast back, in some degree, is awesome. The new Ghostbusters, I'm excited for it. Even though this guy, he looks like who's the guy, the politician dude that shot someone while he was deer hunting? They made the movie Vice over. He looks like him in the
Cheney?
face.
Yeah.
He looks like Cheney in the face. Like, it looks like, but it's okay. It's whatever. It's not cute, but I think it's impossible to lose. Like, they would really have to sit here and like pull some really like horrible shit in order to make this fail. And
Yeah,
I'm looking forward for the new one. The remake with the women. It could have been done better, and it all comes down to the writing. It's just bad.
Yeah, absolutely. What I like about Afterlife that I'm excited about is that it's in the continuity of Ghostbusters 1 and 2. It is a part of that universe, and the boys will be there as their characters, not extras. And one thing that sort of put a bad taste in my mouth when it comes to the Girls remake, Dan Aykroyd, motherfucker. Dan Aykroyd, during a conversation, during like an interview, he says, "I like this version better than our movies." I'm like, motherfucker, he just sold out his own movies. And then the movie comes out and it sucks and it tanks. And then like a month later, he's like, "Nah, I wasn't ever really happy with it. I think the director spent too much money." And then he started talking shit about the movie. I'm like, fuck, Dan Aykroyd, what a puss, man. Jesus.
He got a check for it, man. He got a check, and he was signed on to it. He has to say nice stuff about it, but come on, man. That movie was good. It's lame.
I mean, he doesn't have to throw his own movie under the bus. I mean, shit, dude.
I'm excited about Afterlife. Yeah. I'm excited about Afterlife, but my only concern is that the kids are going to make it feel too much like Goonies instead of Ghostbusters.
There's kids in it?
Yeah, that's the whole premise. It's the grandchildren of Vinkman.
Of Egon.
Right? Or Egon, yeah. Sorry.
Man, I didn't know that.
Yeah. But it's gonna be it's fine. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Yes.
No, David made a really good point here. Like, come on. No. You realize how like the line they're walking is so like, bro, it's like walking a tightrope between making something that's just completely trash and making something that's actually like a resurgence. Like, like they might be able to do something good, but man, the margin for error is like, it's there. It's very present. They could really mess this up.
It is. And yes, it's very kid heavy. It does feel like Monster Squad, but with Ghostbusters. But you know what? I like those fucking movies. Those are some of my favorite 80s movies. So if you can tell a Ghostbusters movie and they're trying to do Next Generation, hey, as long as it's connected to the original two movies and you tell a really fun Ghostbusters story, I'm okay with it. Now, yes, it could go into the territory of like, and that they hired one of these Stranger Things kids, Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah.
So
really?
He's like a good kid. But I'm 100% on board. But yeah, you're right. There is a margin of error. They could be really, really cheesy. Kids acting could be really bad. But as long as the boys are there and they're kicking ass, and we get a satisfying third film, whatever. It could be all it could be all fishmen having sex.
They went out and did they got Finn Wolfhard. Finn Wolfhard is gonna sit here and pay homage to Monster Squad. He's gonna be like Slimer's got nards, and it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be a meme, and it's gonna be. I think it's gonna do well at the box office. I don't think this one's gonna fail at all. It's just us old people are gonna be sitting over here saying, "Eh."
Do you think we'll see Rick Moranis?
There's a rumor. There's a rumor that he did shoot a cameo. Yes. We'll see what happens. But that would be
he has to be. I mean, he's pivotal to the first two movies, so I think he has to be in there. Yeah. And Sigourney Weaver has to be in there too. So
she's in it. She
is. Okay.
She has to confirm that she's in it, but we don't know how. But she is a part of it. So
even Janine has to be in it, right?
I think she's in it as well. Yeah.
Janine should be the mom of this, or the grandmother of these kids, right?
That would be great. How cool would that have been, man?
That would be awesome.
That would have been great. That would have been great. Let me just address a couple comments here. Adam says, "I wish Del Toro was making the new Ghostbusters so we could see Muncher making love to a ghost."
In a perfect world, that
And he
happens.
won an Oscar.
I'm sure if you search deep on the internet, you'll be able to find something like that.
Probably. Interweb Kaiju says, "If it was the only movie I saw with people catching ghosts, I probably would have liked it, but it's definitely the weak Ghostbusters." Okay, he's referencing the female one. Okay.
Yeah.
Honestly, you know what? If they had called it Ghost Punchers or, Ghost Attackers, and it was kind of like a riff on Ghostbusters, but as a spoof, I probably would have given the movie way more leeway. But I couldn't.
They need to do that more often.
They do. I don't know why they don't. And then Kaiju also says, "I'm scared of it feeling too much like a group of kids movie as well." Well, I think that's what they're going for, but who knows? It remains to be seen. It's been pushed back to God knows when. Does it say here? Let's see.
A red flag, man.
It's going to be in theaters potentially November 11th, but we'll see. We will see. That is Muncher, everybody. For better or worse, that is Muncher.
Jabba Palpatine.
Yeah. And that's it. That's our stories for today, guys. Thank you so much for joining me on the inaugural episode of Hollyweird. I hope to do these every Friday live, and I'm gonna have a rotating bunch of guests, YouTubers here joining me. So now's the time where I want you guys to promote your channels. David, kick it off.
David Tor. I show off, some of my collectibles, NECA figures and other figures. I also collect vinyl, so I'll show some occasional soundtracks from horror movies as well as just general music and that's been released. And on Fridays, I try to post a cover song. So if you're into music, check me out.
There you go. And King Need Gore, let's hear from you.
Hello. Yeah. The channel is King Need Gore. I had an old channel. If you know me from there, it's no longer there because of circumstances out of my control. But we review horror movies, and I make my own hip hop music, and I upload that. And I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, of doing things regularly. But yeah, expect a lot of horror and a lot of hip hop. So it's lit.
And you're doing Texas Chainsaw, right, for the next few months? You said the reviews.
Well, yeah. I have a few things written already, so we'll probably be coming back with Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 sometime next week, and I'd like to start back up movie night at some point. But yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for right now.
That's awesome. Speaking of Texas, since we're here, it just kind of sprung up. What is everybody's favorite Texas Chainsaw movie? Mine is probably the original. Corey, why don't you chime in?
Yeah, it's probably going to go to the original. I think it's the formula you can't touch. You could never touch it ever again. It's just like Psycho. It's just like Psycho. You got it right the first time. No other sequel or remake is ever going to touch the original. And I feel like David's about to say like part 2 or part 3. No,
Remake.
A remake.
Yeah, I love that. Yes,
love the remake. Remake
Jessica
is
Biel.
one of the best remakes.
It's great. I like it.
I'll be honest. That's probably my second favorite because I think they do such a good job with that. But the original one I feel so raw and so like, goddamn, this fucking happened. These people almost died, But overall, the franchise is good, and I don't know. I'm hearing they're thinking of making another one, so we'll see what happens.
There's one in the works now, right?
Yeah,
that's dope, man. You picked the remake. That's dope.
I like the Evil Dead remake too, better than the original.
Yo, come on. He's got a point. I don't know if it's better than the original, but the argument is there, and I think both of those remakes get way too much hate for no damn reason, especially TCM.
In my book.
Well, I guess everyone's entitled to a few wrong opinions. This is the last time David on the show, but Javier says, "Great show, guys." Javier, thank you so much. I appreciate you you chiming in with your comments. Casey as well. Interweb Kaiju, guys, go follow Casey at Interweb Kaiju. He is part of the Chaos crew. He wasn't able to join us today, but he's here in the chat. He's got some really great stuff. He reviews some really obscure, crazy kaiju movies that I've never even heard of. So every time I watch his channel, I'm writing down, oh, I gotta find that. I gotta find that. So go check him out as well, folks. That's a wrap. I want to thank my guests. Thank you guys so much for being here. This has been so much fun. I hope you guys had a blast.
It's fun.
And yes, go subscribe to these guys if you have not already. I'm going to put links once this is up on YouTube. Once StreamYard does its thing and loads it up over there, I'm going to add the links so you can go click on them and say hello. For now, I'm going to sign off. This has been your Philly Neighborhood Master Chaos. This has been David's Horror, Need Gore. I'm very honored to have these guys with me. I will see you tomorrow. I'll be here. I hope you will be as well. Remember, we love you just the way you are. And we remain, for the most part, to be continued.